Hello, are you here to debate? All right, what's your name, age, and pronouns? I'm s- there you go. You do have pronouns. There you go.
Yeah, but I don't really think pronouns are a real concept, but that's not the debate here. So we'll just move it on.
I as a pronoun friend.
Okay.
If you don't think pronouns are
Well,
real, then don't use them. But
then I won't.
I as well. You just used one again.
Then I won't.
You just used one
What was the
again.
pronoun?
I is a pronoun.
Yeah, it's a proper noun, but like
No, not a
what
proper noun.
you
It is a
mean it as.
pronoun. I is a
Are we
pronoun.
gonna are we gonna talk about Kamala Harris or Trump, or are
We
we just
can.
gonna
I'm just
argue
saying.
about
Don't. I'm
nouns
just
and
saying. Don't
pronouns?
say I don't use pronouns while using a pronoun. That's all I'm saying. I don't say I don't drive a car while riding in a fucking
In
2018 Nissan. Right?
in your concept,
Yours also a
pronouns
pronoun.
mean something different than what they mean in the actual English
I'm sorry.
language.
I'm sorry. What do you think
This,
pronouns? What
this
do you think pronouns mean? What do you think I? No. What do you think
pronouns
I think pronouns mean?
I think you think pronouns mean something based on sex
Pronouns are words that
or
replace
gender.
nouns. They're words that replace nouns, so that I don't have to use your name when I'm referring to you or another person.
Pronouns, proper nouns, are names of places and
Pronouns are
things,
not
like
proper
actual
nouns.
names.
Pronouns and proper nouns are two different things. How are we going to have a conversation of you defending or defending Donald Trump, which I'm assuming you're going to do, but you don't even know the difference between a proper noun and a pronoun? They're two different things.
All right, listen. Are we going to talk about this Kamala Harris and Trump thing, or are we just going to
Sure.
talk
We
about
can
these
we can move
proper
on. We can move on since you don't know basic English. We'll move on to
nouns? Okay.
something else.
So, I don't think in a liar into office like her. Uh, she has, when she was in the DA, she put multiple black men in jail
She didn't.
for weed charges that were bogus.
She didn't.
Um, yes,
Next.
she did. You can
She
look it up.
didn't. I have. Of the 13,000 men or 1,300 people that were arrested for marijuana possession, only about 20 of them went to prison for simple marijuana possession. Every single other one of them had another charge, either of possession of weapons, possession of with intent to distribute, a whole bunch of other things. Only 25. I'm pretty sure the number was 25. I can double check the number. Went to prison for simple marijuana charges. So she didn't throw some litany of black men into prison. And in fact, we saw a decrease in the amount of people that were arrested and charged for marijuana possession under her than the previous attorney general. So next.
That is that is 25 more people than could have been free.
Is that a fucking joke?
Trump Trump literally Trump literally pardoned a lot of African Americans who were thrown in prison for no reason. He pardoned a lot of them. And the reason why federal prisoners that get out can now vote is because of Trump. Trump allowed people who got arrested for whatever reason to have the freedom to vote once again.
Is this a joke?
This is true. This is
Trump
true.
pardoned 237 people. 237.
Yeah,
237.
that's a lot of people. A lot of people for him to take out of his time of presidency to go around and pardon. He didn't need to look at them to pardon them. You know, he didn't need to like take the time to pardon these people.
So I should vote for Trump because he pardoned people from federal prisons.
Not only that, there's a
Oh.
lot more that he's done. I mean, look at all the money that we've been giving to Ukraine. This isn't our war. This
Interesting.
isn't
Do you
our
know how
fight.
many? Do you know how many people?
I don't.
Real quick. Do you know how many people on marijuana charges Biden pardoned?
How many people?
Thousands of them. Thousands, thousands of people who are in prison on marijuana charges were pardoned under in federal prisons on marijuana charges were pardoned under Joe Biden.
I'm looking right now. It says 11 people that he's
11 were pardoned
pardoned.
on no 11 were pardoned on on specifically nonviolent drug offenses. You have to look on the marijuana charges.
Mm, yeah, I don't know. I know you have your own reasons for voting for Democratic parties, but I don't really see anything of what you're talking about of those 1,000 people, and I'm looking right now. Do you have like a source? Do you have
Yeah,
a source of like
AP
what you got?
News. Biden pardons thousands convicted of marijuana charges on federal lands and in Washington. President Joe Biden pardoned thousands of people who were convicted of use and simple possession of
Yeah,
marijuana on federal
suck
lands
on
and in the
Twitch.
District of Columbia,
Nice.
the White House said Friday in his latest round of executive clemencies meant to rectify racial disparities in the justice system. The categorical pardon builds on a smaller round issued just before the 2020 midterm elections that pardoned thousands convicted of simple possession on federal lands eligible. Friday's action broadens the criminal offenses covered by the pardon. Biden is also granting clemency to 11 people, serving what the White House called disproportionately long sentences for nonviolent drug offenses.
Is it just me, or isn't it kind of weird that he pardoned them before a major election?
So you don't actually care that they're pardoned, it's about when they're pardoned.
No, I care that they're pardoned, but it is kind of weird that he pardoned them during a major election. You know, Trump didn't pardon any of the people that he pardoned during major elections. He went through and pardoned them throughout his whole term.
So the claim is now that Trump didn't pardon anyone during any election period. That's the claim?
No, he pardoned them throughout his whole term. But like he still
Interesting.
pardoned people, yeah. I mean, but maybe he did pardon a few people during before the election, but pardoning thousands of people convicted of charges
So these thousands were not pardoned
before.
during any. So just FYI, this article was not during an election time. They were talking about what they
Mm,
were mentioning was a previous one during midterm elections. This was
mm,
happened in 2020
mm.
in December of 2023. There's no major elections that happened on December of 2023.
All right. Okay. Um,
So is the goalpost done
what's
shifting
your
now?
issues with Trump economically then?
Trump passed no significant policies that benefited middle class Americans over the top 1%. And Trump effectively made middle class Americans suffer with his deals with OPEC, his tariffs on China, and his just inability to understand how governments function on a base economic level.
Uh, I don't think that's true because he also did a lot for middle class America,
Such
opening
as
up the pipeline,
what
renewing the
pipeline?
fracking
I'm sorry.
industry,
I'm sorry. What pipeline?
the Dakota pipeline, South Dakota pipeline.
And if we're going to talk about
He
fracking, just real quick, if we're going to talk about fracking, Biden has produced more oil in his term than Trump did. He's actually we produce more oil now than we ever have in U.S. history. So
Then why are gas prices so high in the
because
current
Trump
in the
struck a
current
deal
stance?
because Trump struck a deal with OPEC to have them limit production, and then Trump ate through our reserves during COVID. Well, sold
Hmm.
off our reserves during COVID.
All right. Well, uh, I haven't looked up the research on this. I think I called in too soon.
Okay.
But I really don't think I'm not going to change your mind about who you're going to vote for. I don't think anyone's going to change your
Hold
mind
on,
about
hold
who
on,
you're going
hold
to
on,
vote
hold
for.
on. That's so disingenuous. You could if you provide some sort of evidence that Trump is actually a good president, but you haven't been able to.
Uh,
Everything you've said, I've been able to
no, I don't
counter with
think.
actual factual evidence. You said, well,
I
Trump
don't think
pardoned
anyone
people, Biden
could,
pardoned
even if
more.
they
Well,
came with
Trump did
you
this, Biden also
to
did this.
factors.
Like it's what?
I don't think anyone could if they came with you for factual evidence too. I mean, I'm just saying, some people are just hardline to go red or blue.
I think it's
I don't really care either
ridiculous.
way. I'm a libertarian.
I'm going to tell you something very plainly here. I'm going to speak very plainly. I think it is completely
Uh,
ridiculous for me to actually provide you with factual information about everything you say that shows that Trump did not do a good job and then say my mind cannot be changed no matter what evidence is provided to me, even though are you voting for Trump?
I am.
There you go. Come on, bro. To say my mind can't be changed when you didn't present me with factual information, but I provide you factual information, but your mind can't be changed. Come on, like just the fucking call is coming from inside the house.